Thank you. And I will start the questioning. Thank you for being here. And, all the comments this far has talked about the urgent need to generate more electricity. The past administration's power sector strategy was to shut down baseload energy availabilities, and our nation is facing an energy scarcity. People talk about it all the time and know that it is a reality. This strategy consisted of a half dozen rules at EPA, including Clean Power Plan 2.0, that went beyond the agency's regulatory authority, which you've addressed. Will you discuss your efforts to repeal the Biden EPA power sector strategy and how that will lead to more affordable, reliable electricity while continuing to protect public health and welfare?
Well, thank you, Chairman. What we saw, especially towards the end of the Biden administration, was an attack with many rules seeking to strangulate coal out of existence, telling your coal miners that they should just learn to code. We understand how important coal is to your state and many other states up here on this dais. The 2024 mercury and air toxic standards have been repealed. We still have the strict 2012 standards that were working and have significantly reduced mercury and other emissions. We are working to repeal Clean Power Plan 2.0, efforts with regards to steam electric, ELG, coal combustion residuals, giving primacy to states on the handling of CCR. As I mentioned, with our new Waters of the United States rule, with our new Water Reuse Action Plan 2.0, and more, we are rolling back that attack that we saw on coal and other sources of power.
And if I could here, I think it's important to emphasize at this point that the Clean Air Act and the Clean Water Act written by Congress, all of what you're doing here falls within the boundaries of what we have directed you to do. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. In the Working Families Tax Cut we signed into law, we repealed Section 134 of the Clean Air Act to eliminate the Greenhouse Gas Reduction Fund. I think it was $17 billion. It is in litigation right now, and I was curious to know, we supported the grant cancellations through the passage of the Working Families Tax Cut. Total waste of money. These are unobligated. Well, I understand there's legislation pending. If the courts affirm that Congress has rescinded the $17 billion, do you commit to quickly returning these funds to the United States Treasury?
Enthusiastically.
Thank you. I want to talk about PFAS. You and I have talked about this before. It's a concern I have. It's a concern around the country. And we haven't been able to really reach a congressional a point at which we can agree here as to how we might be helpful. Under CERCLA, as strict guidance and their retroactive liability structure, we're not sure that the passive receivers, that would be small water companies, it could be ag people, it could be anybody else who's sharing water resources. There's a concern that they may be on the hook to pay for any kind of cleanup. While we work for a solution, can you tell me what EPA has done? I know you have several authorities and existing settlement and allocation tools under CERCLA. Are you using those authorities? How are you using them, and how successful have they been?
We believe strongly that the polluter should pay and that the ratepayer shouldn't be on the hook for cleaning up PFAS contamination of their own water supply. We had a choice as to whether or not to pursue CERCLA or RCRA. Neither of these two laws were written with PFAS in mind. And unfortunately, the cost of cleanup is passed down from that water system. There are thousands across this country who would be giving it to their ratepayers. So we look forward to being able to work with Congress to be able to address this issue with regards to CERCLA. We have been in contact with stakeholders. There isn't a liability settlement that I'm here to report on, and a congressional solution would certainly be ideal to address the passive receiver status.
The other thing we're working on is the safe drinking water, which involves the state revolving funds. All of our states, particularly those of us that have still small and remaining rural communities that don't have satisfactory service. They're limited in their financing options. It's very difficult. This is a critical program for them. Will you commit to working with states to implement all funding that Congress provides from the SRFs in future authorizations and appropriations.
Yes, Chairman.
Thank you. Senator Whitehouse.